Hello and welcome back to Bump Love. We continue to celebrate and commemorate this year's Women's Day. The theme is Break the Bias. In the spirit of sharing our juggling roles, we've seen you in the comment section wondering where Angie is and what she's juggling, but right now she's in a gig that she does international juggles. So she's out of the country most of the time. Every time she's not around, she's away out of the country doing a new branch of Pink Coconut, which is Angie the Bespoke Planner. But we continue to speak to actually one of Pink Coconut's brides, Nkwanzi, the founder, creator, CEO, and of Strat Bridal. So, guys, we wanted to know, another thing that I wanted to know is, how has all of this juggling that you're doing affected your role as a mom?
So constant exhaustion, because like I shared in the previous episode, this is a juggle that doesn't stop. The thing is constantly up in the air. Yeah, and I think exhaustion, and I think sometimes I find that I am irritable because I have to do the other things, and there are people that are depending on me, but then I also have to sort of fulfill the motherhood role. And I've had to, I guess what you guys were talking about earlier, which is to prioritize. So put in extra time, so that if that means maybe putting kids to bed and then sitting up to do some work, I've had to, to actually do things like that. But I would say that for me, it brings about more exhaustion, and sometimes I'm just like, take me home, take me back to my mommy. I know. They are your children. Yeah. So for me, the constant exhaustion. Yeah.
So strangely for me, when I'm busier is when I'm a better mom.
Really?
Yeah. Because I set out intentionally. When I'm busy, when I know I have so much to do, my first priority is motherhood.
Yeah.
I know now I have all this. How do I align all this with
role.
that?
Yes.
How then the rest falls into place. So strangely, when I'm less busy, I just take motherhood for granted. I'm just there because now it's like, now I can rest kokatono. That's when you throw you go and do video games. I'm also tired. Now you go and chill. But when I'm busy, like I'm right on my best form as a mom, because I'm so intentional of making sure that all these other things that I have to do don't get in the way of me delivering, of being a mother. So for mine has always been intentional. It's, when I have things to do, we'll go to the central bank with Gateja. We'll go together, and we'll sit and he'll do his work from there and he'll be there. When it's lunchtime, we'll go to the cafeteria and have lunch together. When he has sports, I'll drive him from there. I go to Kampala Club, take my laptop with me, continue and watch him and there. And so mine has always been, how do I fit him into my schedule? But when I'm resting, I'm there on the bed.
I think it's also the same for me. I feel like the many roles has also made me a very intentional planner. So when I'm doing a lot of work, whether it's business or some investments or things like that, influencer stuff, it's like a guilt thing somehow, because you're so preoccupied with so many other things, and you're just like, oh my god, the kids have been home the whole week, we should do something this weekend, things like that. So I just constantly want them to create memories with them and have fun with them, and it's not like a constant day in day out, this is our routine, school, home, work, school, home, work, things like that. So something to plan for and to spoil them a little bit. So I feel like being intentional, asking them questions, I get surprised every time I talk to my 4-year-old, the things he knows, he's teaching me how to play Minecraft, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is this? So I try to be more intentional, because I know there's a lot I'm juggling, so I shouldn't put this on the background, because it's always supposed to be at the top, at the priority of my list. So I think that's That's it for me.
Pretty much like you. My kids don't like it when I leave on a Sunday morning to come and shoot bump love. Because I'd set out the weekends to be where I make breakfast for them in the morning, and then we are bonding. So it's just being intentional. So I put Saturday aside to be that day where I'm spending all my time with them. And of course, after the show, you'll go back and be with them, but they're still missing the fact that you're not with them for breakfast. So those kinds of things, and just having to. I put in that time, even when I'm done with work. I don't have time to go and I don't have that time like we used to. The girls are there, but we'll schedule another day. Let me go home and be with the kids. So some of those things really for me.
So I think for me, when I viewed this question, I mean, it either affects positively or negatively, and so you have to do something extra to solve it, which is kind of what I feel like you guys have done. But in terms of how it has affected, I feel like my motherhood has become very, for lack of a better word, staccato, unstructured. Very, very structured, kind of like what you are saying. So because you're trying to plan, I mean, I feel that motherhood should be in that time when you're supposed to be in peace. That's when you're supposed to be spending time with your children. The way motherhood should really ideally work is when you go to watch Teja playing, you're really seated in them, shouting,
cheering him on,
not
then
typing away. He falls down. You're like, oh dear, tisk, he fell down. Oh my God, they're teasing my son. Like that's what it's essentially ideal. So I guess ultimately what this juggling thing has done has made us kind of share, like do two things at the same time, which yes, we are being intentional, but in the true sense of it, we have tried to pack everything in. So for me, mine, while you see it the way you see it, me, I see it as it's now structured. So I feel like I've had to timetable motherhood, like fix it in. When you're going to do a business meeting, you put in the children so that then they'll be doing their homework as you're doing the business meeting. Then after that, when they finish, you take them to go and swim while you're finishing your report. Like I felt like I've had to timetable my motherhood, and so then it's so structured. They can't be kids, like they can't delay. You don't have an opportunity to take them through being patient, being fast. They're on the go because you're on the go. Run now. The meeting is at 2. You're going with them. They don't have the luxury to tie their laces slowly and you to teach them. You're just like, my God, stop. Can't you go hold your shoes, run with them in the car. We'll do it in the car. We'll tie the laces in the car. So I felt like I've had to timetable and structure being a mother.
Yeah, I love how we put it, that structuring. Like we just find ourselves, and I like what Pumla said. You're on your toes, like every time, when you go into that chill, even the motherhood kind of chill. So you just, there's no chilling in this life. I like that button.
The button, it's not there.
It's not there. So what are some of the hacks and systems you've put in place to just manage?
I think so. We've sort of been talking about it along the way, but for me, one is taking advantage of my support system. And not trying to be a ninja, but also asking for help whenever I need it. I remember when I just gotten married, I used to wonder why my husband would not just step in and help me. Like, can't you see I need help? And he used to tell me this thing: when you need help, ask. And it used to annoy me. I'd be like, can't you see that I need help? But now I'm learning to ask and say, hey, maybe help me with this. Yesterday, he got back home from a wedding, and I had just sat down to have my dinner because I serve everybody, and then I finally sit and have my dinner. And then Micah is like, Mommy, can I have some more soup? I'm just like, your father is going to serve you because I have been on my toes the entire... So like now that he has just walked into the house, I know he's tired. But surely he can just enter the kitchen, grab the pan and give you some gravy. And like, just let me also sit down and eat my food. Like what is it? So taking advantage of my support system, asking for help, and then just like you guys have said, just structuring and prioritizing and putting in the extra hours because, that is the world that we're living in now, and there's no running away from it.
Structure, I guess, but mostly, and I think it's something I said before in the earlier segment, that I don't bite more than I can chew. Like it's not happening. You know how this world is moving fast.
Yeah.
And people are always trying to jump into that rat race.
Yeah.
I'm not in that rat race. Like I chose, I'm not about that life. There are people who are only happy
When
they
they're
are doing too much.
things.
When they're doing, they don't want to even have a gap. They are always, if they are quiet, someone will ask you, Kati, don't you want to go and make money? People are so money minded. They just want anything they will do to get money. Yeah, Manuela has been up her hand and she's
those people.
Yeah, she's those people. But they do it to themselves. It's a choice, it's a decision you make. And that's why I decided way before that, if I'm going to do, yes, I also like money, I like good life, but I will not do something that is so out of my career that I cannot align or join with something I'm already doing. So I'm always honest. People call me all the time, oh, Rachel gave me your number, do you think you can come to? I say, when is it? I'm sorry. Actually, that was my rest day. It's not that I'm doing anything else.
I'm not available.
I'm sorry, I'm not available. I'm not doing that. Like, I've just chosen to be honest with myself about what I can and what I cannot do. What is a need and what is a want. And when I make that distinction, then things are easier. Like I was telling you, I really apply myself in what I do. That mother who goes and sits and cheers. I used to go even give pep talks.
To the team.
I was that mom, real sports mom, because I have a training in sports. So I'll go. I'll be like the other coach. Even bottles, I'll take bottles. I'll take glucose. I go. I give out. I whatever. And then I realized that's where the burnout is coming from.
You're doing
it's
extra.
not adding that much value to my child. It's just making me happy that I'm around them. It's making me feel better about myself. I'm applying myself. Which is not you. What is this? That's how I started taking the laptop. Or sometimes I'll just drop him. I'll say, are you okay? Now he's at an age where
he can manage.
he's all right. I don't have to be there cheering and doing the most that is unnecessary. The most, So I've learned what is necessary, what is not. Honesty with myself.
What you can do and
What I can do and dump what I can do.
And like you've said, like we're built differently, and I think that's the most beautiful thing about God. I'm not built to be there, and I like you, chilling. I'm not like immediately I sit down. My mind is racing like, what
I should be doing?
You have 5 talents. God is waiting for you to multiply or to them. What are you doing anyway? But we're built differently, and I think just being able to appreciate that is phenomenal. But one of the things that has helped me is to realize seasons. There are seasons to do things. So like you've said, there's a season for you to be a coach mom. Then when the child grows a certain age, you're able to do something else. So you need to be able to know your season in your life so that you can apply the right pressure, you can be doing the right thing. So like now me, if I am building a business, I need to know that season, what it looks like. So I know for the next 5 years, this is going to have to be my focus. So there are certain things which need to go down as I build this. The people that are around you. Yes, support system at home for your children, but also at work. You need equipped people, and I would like to use this opportunity. People who come to work in our small businesses. We're not MTN, we're not Airtel. So when you're coming, please come knowing that we're not going to pay you like them. That's one, because we are small businesses, but we are good for experience. Good for you to build experience to go and later work in Bank of Uganda, later go and work in MTN. So treat us properly, like you know that this is a place for experience, and come and apply yourself fully so that you gain the experience and make the mistakes. And that's actually the opportunity our small businesses give you. You can come here and you make your mistakes, because in BOU you will be removed immediately. You make some of those mistakes. So getting the right people to come and work in your organization. I'm so exhausted with having people who are coming to your organization. They are asking for a lot of money, and they are not good for their job. They are just waiting to be sent to do what they're supposed to do. You come, you say you're a digital person, but you can't do a digital page until I have told you how to do it. That's not okay. Come in. So we need, as business owners, I think I speak for the 3 of us here. We need people who are equipped. That's what you need. So me, I am constantly looking for people who are skilled, and equipped to do their jobs. And
do you include that in your onboarding?
So I mean, like in businesses, we are just learning. Somebody comes and tells you, I can do it.
Okay. I mean, in your onboarding, you set expectations. And
yes. So those are some of the things that you need to do as a business owner. For those of us who are juggling, if you have a system in place which an equipped person comes to work in, then they can be able to work properly. Like you guys have always known, I have a meal plan for a year. So if I get a person who knows how to cook, They come and see the meal plan. It says what I'm supposed to eat in the 3rd week of February on a Wednesday. Surely, won't they cook? I don't have to be there calling Kati, Nyanya, when is it at day? No, because there is a system in place. Yeah, so systems are extremely important. And lastly, plan. Structure. Put in your timetable and start with what's most priority for you. If what's priority for you is your family, when you're looking at your annual calendar, first put in when you're going to go away on holiday, on vacation, when you're going, if rest is important for you, put it in that this is the day I'm going to rest. Block your calendar so that when they call you, hi, we have a speaking engagement for you. That one I get a lot also. Like, which day? No, I'm sorry, I'm not available on that day because I need to, that's a day I planned to rest. That's a day I planned to be away at church. That's a day I planned. So yeah, that's how
So first off, there's no award for overworked mother of the year. No award for overworked employee of the year. So be kind to yourself. But anyway, first things first, structure. You can't be running for a meeting and then you're telling your maid which sauce for that day. Mommy, no. Have that already planned out. Have a plan. We can't stress that enough. Manuela has getaways on people planning, and it really helps. And I tapped a bit on that because I used not to be that organized as well. You wake up, you're running for a meeting, and the maid is like, hey, we don't have bread. There's no bread. Yeah, so plan, structure yourself. Which other hack? No, I won't stress enough. Just planning, structuring, but don't kill yourself doing this. Yeah, those are the most
You're so right, because for me, everything changed when I realized that I'm basically more or less the foundation of like our family unit. So my peace of mind is very important to me. So there's so many things I've removed myself from because I have anxiety, I'm worried, I'm stressed out, I'm overworked, things like that. So I've learned to keep my peace of mind also one of my top priorities. So like I'm always in awe, like the career path, the career moms and things like that, and it's just, you know, amazing to watch. But I've been there and I looked long term and it was just, you know, not for me. Yeah, it wasn't for me, and that's okay. So when I chose this other path of business and self-employment, yes, so now everything started falling in place because then I was at peace with my family, with my, you know, time for my kids. I was not as guilty as, you know, I was stressing myself out so much. So I've decided to say no to many things. So you know, there's a tendency to be like, oh, I have to do this, let me say yes to this, or like, I've called for this, exactly. Thank you. And also it's also a social thing as well. Because once you just learn to be like, okay, that will pass, you know, I can't do this, you're just supposed to create boundaries for yourself. And I realized once I did, and I maybe my friends understood, my sisters understood, things like that. It's not like I don't have time for them. I love my friends. I keep a very tight, very close circle. I'm always with my dad. I talk to my dad all the time. I see him all the time. But I still have boundaries where I can juggle everything but still maintain that peace of mind of like,
I just need to reiterate that powerful statement. People will respect your boundaries. For as long as you set them.
And keep
that's
them.
true.
And
You just set.
Set and keep.
And be consistent, because sometimes maybe you can sometimes you can give in and you're just like, oh, let me, but if they know that, okay, if I'm here, I'm going to leave at this time, or I'll come, or I'll send you a text or something like that, but your time is for you and your peace of mind is yours, and I think everything else just comes.
You've so beautifully spoken into your seasons. You know, knowing where you're at in your life and being able to set your boundaries according to that time. I can't wait for a time when we can come to Bump Love. No worries, because our children have gone, they're on their own plot. They really don't care whether we are there to cook for them or not, because they've cooked a wonderful meal for themselves or for their families or wherever, or even when they're the ones sitting here, right here in these seats.
But that's dependent on the last born of the group.
The last
That is entirely dependent on the last born.
that last born just turned 1 year on second February. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize. And to all the women, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy Women's Day. You see, some of us are still in the new year. But however, happy Women's Day. We want to send you all of our love and all of our understanding and all of our caring for the journey that you're taking right now as moms. One, we want to let you know you're not the first, you're not the last, we're all in this together. I'm so sorry for closing the womb. Seeing us, we still need babies that are using Molfix diapers. Don't forget to pick up a pack at any of the supermarkets near you. And while you're doing that, as you look at that brand and smile, remember you are doing great as a mother and also as a woman. So happy Women's Day. Until next time, let's break this bias. With love from Bump Love.
Let's break the bias.
Hello, Manuela here with great news from Bump Love. For the month of March, Bump Love is giving an opportunity to businesses that are led by women or that target women, and we're giving you advertising at a discounted rate on all of our social media platforms. Please call the number on your screen right now to find out more information. Until next time, bye-bye.